Greetings. Before we start the anime recap, I just want to clarify that the anime studio stated that every characters in this anime are over 18 and they are adult. So, YouTube staff, don't just assume everything just because your mind is messed up. Hello there, this video is about a cultural anime recap, and this anime has 6 episodes. If you like vanilla, comedy, and romance, then this anime is for you. If you don't know where to watch it, Google and Incognito are your best friends. The main character, Tomoya, is starting his new job at a game company. However, it is not your typical game, it is a cultural game. Since he has PhD in that shit, he was offered to work in this company. It seems like this company is going downhill, and it is going to get bankrupted soon. In addition, they do not have enough manpower for their next project. Since he is the only guy there, some of the girls there are not happy with his employment. Despite that, there is not much they can do since he is here legally. Anyways, they start to introduce themselves to him.
何よ、変な顔であまりこっち見ないでよね。私は藤原桃香、シナリオライターです。以上。
高坂ゆり、グラフィッカー。寝てたのか、私は。
私は園のねねと言います。さっきも面接で紹介したと思うけど、社長業をこなすスーパーレディーなのです。
By the way, as we can see here, all of them are adult, so don't become a snowflake over this. Moving on, someone suddenly entered their office. It looks like she is the boss there, and her name is Reina. She has brought some food for them so they can hold a recruitment party for him.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
ったく、あんた男なんでしょ？気の利いた一発芸か何か。はあ。待ってて当然じゃないの。
During the party, Reina got too drunk, and she set her hopes and dreamed free in front of him. Everyone is shocked when they saw that, including him. After that, for unknown reason, he starts to inform them about his skills and qualification. According to him, he has mastered prestige in cultural games, and he has played a lot of them during his free time. Therefore, he has a deep understanding about them. Then, he starts to criticize their game being bland as fuck. In addition, their game is not cultural enough to be called a cultural game. As expected, that definitely hurt their feelings, but the facts do not care about them. Then, they assumed that he has a lot of experience in dungeon exploration. However, he told her that he aims to become a wizard soon. Comment below if you are going to become a wizard too.
なら皆さん実体験は
最近は、そう、仕事が忙しいから、別に不自由は。
嘘だな。
そこまで言うなら、一肌脱いでもらおうかしら。文字通り、ね。
Moving on, Reina knew that he doesn't have any experience, so are them. Therefore, she wants him to show his Excalibur to them so they can gain more experience together. Then, Reina wants this girl, Kisara, to punish his Excalibur. Right after she did that, he immediately used Protein Blast. Now, that is some next level speed run right there. As a result, all of them managed to get the finest facial experience on that day. When he is on his bed, he realized that he has actually done that. I guess he is too drunk at that time. Despite that, he is still going to work tomorrow since he really wants to help that company out. On the next day, when he reached there, he apologized to them for giving them a lot of experience yesterday. Then, he also gave them a stack of papers. It looks like those are his notes about the data of various cultural games. Damn, he is definitely a man of culture.
喘ぎ声や擬音のデータ？
うん、こういうノリがエロいのか。
エロゲ売上情報。あんた、この量を一人で。すごいです、望月くん。
皆さんは女性だからエロに対する興味が薄いのかもしれませんが。
あんたって、本当にエロゲーバカなのね。わかったわ。ありがとう。
After that, he took out a fake Excalibur since they didn't have access to the real one. As expected, Kisara got angry after seeing that and bonked him. Anyways, they start their work as usual, and Tomoya is working as their supervisor since he has the most experience in cultural games. When they are working, he noticed that the office is pretty hot, so he is trying to switch on the aircon.
この部屋、暑くないですか？
そんなことあるわけないじゃない。その通りです。確かに暑いですけど。
これって壊れてないですよね。
Right before he did that, Momoka punched him in the back to stop him. Nene told him that it will trip the breaker if he switched on the aircon, so they have no choice but to work in such uncomfortable environment. He is curious and wants to know how did they deal with the heat in the past. Nene told him that they would take off their outer protective gear. However, she was stopped by Kisara and Momoka. Despite that, Yuri told him the truth, and she is completely unfazed by that. Then, she took off her outer protective gear because she advocates gender equality. Like the video if you support gender equality too. Anyways, they want him to do the same too because, just like I said, gender equality. Then, they continue their work in their battle form. When Kisara is drawing something, she got angry and frustrated because she couldn't draw it properly. Then, she wants him to give her his opinion on her drawing. When he looks at it, he told her that her drawing has defied physics in all the possible spectrum. By the way, she is drawing a scene where the lady is launching a pincer attack on the Excalibur. What a surprise! She actually admits that she doesn't understand it completely since she never did that in real life. Then, she suggested that she is going to try it out in real life.
じゃあ、出しなさいよ。
はい
This means that she is going to launch a pincer attack on his Excalibur for work purposes. Since this is for work, he accepts her request and allows her to gain some work experience. When she is working hard, he is recording her in 4K. I guess he is going to upload that and get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend. Anyways, after a while, she has finally reduced his Excalibur health point to critical level, so he used Protein Blast. As expected, he has sprayed a lot of work experience all over her, and that made her angry. That is strange, since the editor did not get angry. Moving on, she punched him although she is the one who asked him for help.
Women.
After that, she wants to call it a day and went home quickly to take a bath. At that moment, he suddenly realized that Kisara might likes him, and she is just being a typical tsundere. On the next day, she is going to improve her drawing as well. This time, she is going to draw a scene where she is playing Stepping Simulator with his Excalibur. After a while, he used Protein Blast as usual, and she has finished her drawing. When he looks at it, he is very impressed by her work and praised her for it. Then, she is trying to draw eco-cleaning too. As expected, she is bad at it because she doesn't have any experience and reference materials. Therefore, she is cleaning his Excalibur the climate-friendly ways, and he is recording her in 4K as usual. Day after day, she has been improving her work a lot, and his training has finally shown its result. In addition, she is even more cultural, and she is a woman of culture now. Anyways, she has to draw the final scene, which is dungeon exploration.
売れるそう確信した作業は大詰めいよいよ次のシーンは
で、どう？
At nighttime, when everyone went back home, both of them are there, and they are going to start their overtime. He told her to think carefully since this is not something light. She told him that she has made up her mind, and she is a strong and independent woman, so she can take on his Excalibur without any problem. As a result, he starts to explore her dungeon for work purposes. Although he is a novice dungeon explorer, he is doing a very good job, and he did not even use any protective gear. In the end, he gave her a lot of fresh organic protein shake as her supper. Coincidentally, that is what I gave my editor all the time. Anyways, they continued their protein time until they got enough reference materials. After the protein time is over, he is thinking if he should confess his feelings to her.
ないもん。
やばい可愛すぎる性格はきついけどひたむきで負けず嫌いで俺彼女のこと好きなんだな今ならどうだろう告白しちゃおうかなあのさ俺
勘違いしないでよね。別にあんたのことなんて何とも思ってないんだから。
Before he did that, she stopped him and told him that he should not take this seriously. In addition, she informed him that both of them are just work colleagues. I am not sure if she is not being honest with herself, but he has received a lot of emotional damage. Suddenly, the door was knocked down by Nene, Momoka, and Yuri. I guess they have been listening to some fire mixtape just now. Then, Kisara became flustered and yelled for no fucking reason. Moving on, he has been here for a few months, and their works have improved a lot. As expected, he is still feeling down from the rejection by Kisara. However, he knew that he still needs to focus on others as well. This time, he is going to help Momoka since she is still not cultural enough. She told him that she wants to use his Excalibur for work purposes. So, she starts to play Bouncing Simulator Work Edition with him. In the end, he also gave her a lot of fresh homemade protein pie. During work, he found out that everyone is getting too stressed from the workload. So, he stopped them and suggested that they should take a break. Since it is summer, he wants them to go to the beach to have some fun. When he is going to use the toilet, Yuri told him that she can bring him there. However, she brought him to somewhere secluded. He knew that it is sus, so he asked her what is she doing. She told him that she is role-playing as a toilet now, and he can use it for work purposes. Then, she informed him that she is currently researching a cultural scene. At that moment, she noticed that something is rising, but it is not the shield hero. So, she starts to clean his Excalibur the earth-friendly way. Then, she also starts to play Bouncing Simulator 2024 with him. In the end, he gave her a lot of fresh salted seaside protein shake as her refreshment. After that, she reminds him about the unlimited water glitch, so he did it. In the meantime, she did some Bear Grylls shit. After everything is over, he told Kisara that they would be back next year. One day, after work, Kisara invites him to work at her home.
これ、あの時の、また見てみたい。
そんなことはいいの。時間がないんだからね。もう早く。
同人誌の原稿も書いてたんですね。
そう。これからどんどん忙しくなるから、今日のうちに仕上げちゃおうと思ってね。
なるほど。これ、どこにベタ塗ったらいいですか？
あれ？ここはどうだっけ？あんたはどう思う？
わからないから聞いてるんですが。
冗談よ、冗談。多分。
When she is asking for his opinion, he assumed that she is inviting him to explore her dungeon. Well, at least he is not dense as fuck. Anyways, he starts to feel her superior gene, and that caught her off guard. She asked him to stop that, but he is not stopping. After that, he immediately charged into her dungeon. At that moment, he found out that her dungeon is ready to be explored. This means that she is not being honest with herself again. Anyhow, he ended the protein time by giving her a lot of fresh organic homemade protein shake. After that, she got very angry at him and told him that he is not going to get paid for this month. Well, there is not much to worry about since he is protected by the labor law, unlike the editor. On the next day, he is hanging out with her at her home. She suddenly asked him if he truly loves her.
ジュースよりお酒が飲みたい。
ダメよ、あんたにお酒なんて。また妙なことしてくるもの。ねえ。あんた、私のこと好きなんでしょ？今日はいろいろと頑張ってくれたし、あんたがいいなら付き合ってあげてもいいわよ。
Then she told him that she is willing to become his girlfriend. He is surprised after he heard that, since she has rejected him before. After a while, she is being a tsundere as usual.
なんとか言いなさいよ。別に私はいいのよ。あんたのことなんてなんとも思ってないし。
ぜひお願いします。
Then he told her that he is willing to become her boyfriend. Thus, both of them are officially in a relationship now. Moving on, they are working at late night as usual since the deadline is coming soon. Eventually, they completed their work and their game is completed. After that, they held a party to celebrate the completion of their new game.
俺、ここに入れてよかったな。
私だってよかったわよ。ここでさ、私もここで。ここがよかったです。
Suddenly, Reina opened the door and she brought some alcohol to the party. Then, she changed into her default skin and she commands others to do the same too, since this is one of the company policy. At this point, he is used to this kind of stuff. Therefore, that is the end of Kisara's route. It is Momoka's route now, and he is going to guide her on her work. However, she is ignoring him like how women ignore me in real life. Anyways, he felt that her script is weird. It looks like she doesn't like man that much. So, he went to ask Nene for her opinion. When everyone has left, he wants to go home too. Suddenly, he realized that she is right in front of him.
どうしました？
昼間、会議室で私のことを話していましたよね。しかも私の書いた小説まで読んでいたみたいで。なぜでしょう？
She knew that he is discussing about her just now. He told her that her work is not appealing enough, and it is not suitable to be called a cultural game. She became angry after that, and asked him to mind his own business. Just as expected, she confessed that she hates 3D men, and she doesn't view them as her equal, but below her. He tries to make a rebuttal, but she pushed him down.
少なくとも俺はそんな。すみません。まだ新人で素人同然なのに言い過ぎました。だからその命までは。
何を言っているんですか？ 今言ったじゃないですか。
Then she told him that she is going to prove that she is correct by changing into a maid outfit and perform housekeeping on his Excalibur. She told him that it is very easy to make him use Protein Blast. Just as she predicted, her cleaning power is over 9,000, and he paid for her hard work with a lot of protein shake since protein is the international currency. After that, she is pretty smug and told him that she has proved him wrong, so he should just shut up and never give her his opinion again.
これに懲りたら、私に偉そうなこと言わないでくださいね。では、お先に失礼します。
ふぅ、疲れた。でも、エロの経験がシナリオに生かされるなら、彼女にはこういう教え方がいいのかもしれない。
On the next day, he went to meet her again. As expected, she is cheeky as usual, but he told her that she hasn't won yet since she is not able to handle the legendary Excalibur. Therefore, she accepts his challenge, and she is willing to do whatever he said.
勝負はこれからです。あなたが負けを認めて私にひざまずくのもこれからです。
She starts to play Bird Box Simulator while getting her woman-made dungeon explored by him. After a while, he used Protein Blast as usual. According to her, he has lost the battle. Ever since that day, he keeps challenging her over and over again, and he keeps using Protein Blast on her. At this point, is he even losing?
ありがとうございます。野村智也さんでしたっけ？
望月です。本当におめでとう。
すみません。私男の人の名前はよく覚えられなくて。望月智之進さん。
One day, he is very angry at her for not remembering his name, so he is going to prank her. However, he is not going to prank her for the meme, but for work actually.
目であって日頃の鬱憤ばらしではない。本当はこんなことなどしたくないんだ。見てろよ。
Anyways, he disguised himself as someone and entered the office. Since she is working overtime, she is all alone there. He suddenly teleported behind her and start the protein time. She did not see that coming, but she will be coming later. He starts to explore her dungeon without any permit. What a surprise. She doesn't push him away or resist him, although women are supposedly to be strong in 2024. Anyways, he gave her a lot of limited edition Protein Man's protein in the end, and she starts to cry. He quickly took off his mask and revealed his identity to her.
ごめん、どうせすぐバレると思ったから、ここまで怯えさせるつもりなんてなかったんだ。
あなたって人は、この大バカ！
After that, she got very angry and punched him into the air. Ever since that day, she has been acting weird. Kisara noticed her behavior, so she knew that he is the one who caused that. Then, she asked him to solve this issue quickly, or they are not going to finish their work in time.
あんたじゃないの？モモが元気ないのってさ。
それはどういうことですか？
とぼけるんじゃないの？鈍感そうなあんただって気がついているでしょ？モモがここ何日か元気がないこと。
はい？
長い付き合いの私たちにも何も話さないしさ。特にあんたと接している時がおかしいのよね。
After work, he apologized to her for pranking her that day. He told her that he is willing to do anything to atone for his mistake. After listening to that, she wants him to become her boyfriend.
じゃあ私と付き合ってください。
はぁ？
That caught him off guard, and he doesn't know what to say. So, she got angry and took out a hammer from her inventory. At that moment, he has no choice but to accept her request and confession.
なんでって、とにかくハンマーを置いて。俺、桃香さんのこと好きみたいだから。
After that, they did some protein time as usual, and he gave her the finest protein pie in the world. One day, he has to supervise a voice actress in Momoka's place since she is very busy. After the recording session is over, she wants him to give her some training as well.
いい経験ができたことといい、前澤さんの演技といい、今日はすごく良かったんで。
ありがとうございます。それもあなたの情熱的な指導があったからです。もしよかったらですけど、今日これからとかどうでしょう？
At the office, Momoka knew that something is off, so she questions him about it. He told her that everything is just a misunderstanding. She doesn't buy his bullshit, so she is going to punish him by making him use Protein Blast in a public bathroom. Well, that is some hardcore shit right there. Anyways, they managed to complete their project in time. By the way, I have no idea what is happening, but it looks like everything happened in the same timeline. So, he is going to play Fortnite Battle Royale with Kisara and Momoka. As expected, both of them are fighting over him. I guess they didn't know that he is the Protein Man, and the Protein Man belongs to everyone, including you guys. Moving on, they want him to make a choice, but he couldn't make a decision since it is a very hard one, just like his Excalibur. As a result, both of them are going to have a protein farming battle. Whoever managed to make him use Protein Blast will win the battle. Well, Kisara won the first round, but Momoka refused to accept it, so she is going to take the lead for the second round. In the meantime, Yuri is watching them in 4K through the door gap. She is doing a solo let's play to feel involved in their gameplay. Anyways, they battled the shit out of each other, and he is still standing strong, so is his Excalibur. Although the battle has ended, he apologized to them and told them that he is still unable to choose one of them. I mean, he could just play Fortnite Battle Royale with them. As expected, both Kisara and Momoka agreed to have him to themselves first until they complete the game, so they have come to terms with each other. When Yuri is watching them, someone suddenly appeared behind her. It is Nene, and she asked them to continue their work.
よーし、マスターアップまでみんなで頑張るぞ。
マスターアップまであと4週間。それまでに俺、どっちか決められるんだろうか。
Meanwhile, he has no idea if he can make a decision before the final completion date. By the way, due to YouTube's sensitive policy, I am not going to show Nene's scene that much, although she is already 32 years old. Don't ask me how is that possible. One day, he is drinking with Nene together, and it looks like she hates her look.
ちょうど入れ替わりで。
それは好都合です。はい、どうぞこれ。望月くん、すぐ飲みましょう。やっぱり私、営業向いてないみたいです。
あちゃー、辛味酒。
私ってこんな見た目じゃないですか。だからスーツなんてなかなか着こなせなくて。
Although she is an adult, the staff kept treating her like a kid, and they are laughing at her outfit. So, she assumed that she is not suitable for corporate job. Then, she wants to know how to make herself look more mature.
確かに、それは困りますよね。
例えばレイナちゃんなんてそういったことはかなり得意みたいで、私はどうすれば大人の女になれるんですか？教えてください、望月くん。
エロゲー的に考えるなら次の体験版を配布するときに。
Anyways, they are selling the trial version of their game at an anime convention to promote their game. When Nene is promoting the game, he wants her to use Holy Relic, so she will gain mental resistance to that. However, she reached the peak in the end, so she is going to take a rest. Kisara will take over her place and sell their games.
こちらのサントラが1枚と、こちらの T シャツが2枚ですね。ありがとうございます。
猫だ。猫かぶってる。超猫ってる。
しばらく私一人でも大丈夫だから、あんたはいろいろ回って見てきたら？
During that, he went under the booth, and he is trying to spawn some holy water from her. I guess he is too thirsty and needs some water to rejuvenate himself. She asked him to stop, but there is not much he can do. In the end, she reached the peak as well. After that, she got very angry and slapped the ethnicity out of him.
キサラさん、ありました。100円玉です。
うるせえ
When he went to the washroom, he found out that Yuri is there. She wants him to help her out for research purposes. It looks like she is role-playing as a toilet on a toilet. Now, that is some next-level toiletception right there. Anyways, he gave her a lot of protein shake as usual. By the way, what she did next was disgusting, so I'm not going to say anything here. After that, Momoka caught him, and she wants to go on a date with him. Then, she told him that she is going to equip the Holy Relic, and she wants him to do the same too. Both of them are using the Holy Relic all the time, and they are trying their best not to reach the peak. When they are at a park, they start their protein time there because they want to be one with the nature. Since they are protected by the plot armor, no one walked past them, and they are having their protein time in peace. By the way, the next episode, which is episode 6, is a hot spring episode. The scenario is the same as usual, and I'm not going to repeat that.
やっと出口まで。
ごめんのば
お化けなんて死んじゃいなさい。
On a second thought, there is one important thing that you should know. When Tomoya passed out from getting punched by Momoka, she wants to wake him up. However, he is not waking up at all, but his Excalibur is wide awake. Desperate time calls for desperate measure, so she is going to clean his Excalibur the climate-friendly way as a way to wake him up. Due to a miracle, he actually wakes up. So, if your homie ever get into that situation, you guys can do that too. Just remember to say no homo and wear socks.
みんなすっかりやる気になってくれましたね。思い切って旅行に来た甲斐がありました。ね、望月くん。
いやー、よかった。本当によかったですね。
どうもや。あんた私たちの写真撮ってよ。
はい。じゃあ撮りますよ。はい、チーズ。
Well, that is the end of my recap for this legendary cultural anime. This anime has 6 episodes, and this recap covers all of them. These are the comments and feedback for this anime from a cultural website. So, what do you guys think about the plot and animation of this anime? Let me know in the comment section below after you watched it alone, or with your families for some top 10 families moments.